This is Abnormal Entertainment.
There is nothing like watching a movie on the big screen, and with MoviePass, you can see unlimited movies every month from Abnormal Entertainment. Head to abnormalentertainment.com and click on the MoviePass banner to get your first month free. And after that, it's only $30 a month to see unlimited movies, even on opening day. Go as many times as you want. Have a blast with MoviePass and abnormalentertainment.com.
Maskerpiece Theater from the Grid.
The Grid!
We're going to do some masked libs to introduce everybody. First of all, I am the masked Blogster, and with me is Kevin Moyers. And may I have animal, please? Plural.
Animal.
Plural animal?
Plural animal.
Does it have to be a real animal?
I don't care.
Shitbirds.
Okay.
We're so picky
Nice.
around here.
Way to set it off. We were so tame last episode. You guys were so tame.
Well, there's the creepy kids.
It
That's
happens. Mini Mandy, plural noun.
Dicks.
All right. Frankie G, noun.
Taint.
I was
Excellent.
like,
Nice.
I know what he's going to say.
All right.
There's no way.
Kevin, celebrity.
Celebrity. Man. I'm going to have to go with Puck from the real world.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh,
That's pretty
man.
good. I thought you were going to go with some real talent like Dave Hayes.
Actual
No,
talent?
he's not
Actual talent. Yeah,
He's
that's right.
not
He was
actual
not
talent.
actual talent. Mini Mandy, noun.
Pluto? It's a planet.
It is a planet.
It is a
Fuck
planet.
Neil deGrasse
Again.
Tyson, it's a planet.
Yeah. Fuck anybody that doesn't say it's a planet.
Yeah.
Frankie G, part of the body.
Oh, I just said taint. Damn it.
I know. There are more.
All right. Sphincter.
What is up with this elevator music?
Dude, seriously.
Sorry.
I said that if not 5 minutes ago.
Kevin, number.
Number. Well, I guess we're going to have to go with 69.
Yep.
Since we're going as dirty as possible.
It's such a giving number.
Yeah.
Mandy.
And receiving.
Mini Mandy, celebrity. Good thing we have this elevator music in between these times.
I don't. Oh, man.
You don't know any celebrities?
I
Kind of
do, but
I had
I'm
a
just
good one.
debating on what to say. Danny DeVito.
All right.
You didn't
Frankie-
have to stay in your height range.
He's funny, all right?
Always Sunny is amazing. Frankie G, adjective.
Adjective that I could use here would be unfamous.
Yes. Kevin, another celebrity.
Couldn't think of another good one.
Price is wrong, bitch.
I'm going to go with Todd Marinovich.
Ooh.
Spell it.
Marinoviach.
Sure.
Did you happen to see what it's about?
No.
That's pretty good. Mini Mandy, adjective.
Sticky. Oh, no, never mind.
Frankie G, noun.
Maybe I'll get another
Noun? You said noun?
Noun, yeah.
Okay.
Adjective.
You know, I'm feeling very delicate right now, so flower.
Kevin, noun.
Broken condom.
That's horrible.
Oh, it is. It is horrible.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And Mini Mandy, verb ending in ing.
Thrusting?
There you go.
Thrusting.
That's
Thrusting.
Thrusting.
what's usually
even
going
better.
on when the condom breaks.
All right. Mad Libs football broadcast.
Oh, Jesus.
How did you pull that out of your ass?
Like, I'm just like, were you looking at this? Give me that one?
Wow.
All right. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your favorite sportscaster. Not Blogster. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your favorite sportscaster, bringing you the big football game between the Columbia University Shitbirds and the West Point Dicks.
Go Dicks!
The center has just snapped the taint back to the Columbia Star halfback puck from the real world, who is running around his own left Pluto. There, he's tackled hard around the sphincter. Now it's West Point's ball and 69 to go. They're coming out of the huddle. The ball is snapped back to Danny DeVito, who fades back and throws a long, infamous pass that is caught by Todd Marinovich, who is West Point's sticky quarterback. He's in the clear, and he races over the Flowers for a touchdown. No, wait! The referee is calling the play back to the 35 broken condom line. He's going to penalize West Point for thrusting.
For thrusting.
Every time, West Point.
I just
Every time.
imagine those condoms all shattered in a line.
Just a bunch of broken condoms on the 35-yard line.
No,
It's disgusting.
Todd Marinovich, I recently, maybe 2-3 days ago, somebody posted a video on Facebook of some kid that was being hyper-trained by his dad. The kid's like 8 or 9 years old. And I said,
His dad's at it again?
no, it's not Marinovich, but I said, this kid's the next Todd Marinovich.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
And that was my comment on the
Lonzo
post.
Ball.
So that name is still fresh because of
That's a
that
little
video.
different.
Yeah. Oh, God. I don't even think is his dad still around?
No, maybe not.
Yeah. I saw that 30 for 30 on
Shit,
him.
Todd's barely around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a horrifying.
Don't be overbearing to your kids.
Yeah.
Don't.
Let them be kids.
Yeah.
Let them
It'll-
be kids.
It's
only
part of the
lasts for
process.
so long.
Yeah, they can only be kids for a little while, and then they have to do this shit that we do.
Yeah.
Let them be kids.
I've seen it a million times.
Yeah. So, anyway, Frankie G, you are heading to Chicago here soon.
I am flying out for a weekend. Not looking forward to the weather change, although it's been almost Chicago-esque the last couple days here.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
goodness.
really. And we're in the Phoenix, Arizona area.
Yeah, this isn't normal for us. It's been.
nice.
Yeah, it's been incredibly nice.
I woke up
Other
this
than
morning to
rain,
drive to work. It was 58 degrees when I got up to go
right,
in.
yeah.
And
But
I
it
mean-
wasn't like a cold 58 degrees.
No,
either.
No.
it was nice.
It was like nice.
I was still in a t-shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is snowing in Flagstaff today.
Yeah.
So there is that.
So there's that.
So,
I mean, it's just funny. A week ago, it was like
of course, this was when we record this is like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
So
We have to illustrate.
Back when I was your age.
Probably.
I have to illustrate, like,
This is a time traveling episode.
right. A week ago, it was like 102 degrees outside.
Oh my god, it was like 107 that one Saturday.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Ah.
it
I was
so
delivering
hot.
mail with my balls firmly stuck to my leg.
It was
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh, those are the worst.
It's great
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh. And
Baby
now
powder.
It's nice again. I'm like, oh, I remember this life.
Well, not a half hour. Well, maybe a half. 45 minutes ago, it was pouring out.
Yeah.
It was pouring rain. So,
No,
Well, where are you going in Chicago?
Chicago proper. My brother actually lives in Wrigleyville.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
that's where my friend Maria lives.
Yeah.
In
The good half of the city.
Oh, I love Wrigleyville.
North side.
That McDonald's right outside of Wrigley Field at 4 o'clock in the morning is some of the best entertainment on this planet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because you have Boys Town right there.
It's right.
Yeah,
next
he
to
moved from Boys Town to where he's at now, so I'm very familiar with Boys Town as well.
Yeah, you have to drive down Halstead and see the rainbow butt rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Then the manhole, which has the best
manhole.
sign, is an outline of a man holding a manhole cover, but the man has a serious bulge going on.
You got the purple security guard. I forget what store that's at that he stands out in front of.
That might be the Ram, which is another great place down there. Yeah, I've never been in any of them,
Another
but
one
I
of
used to
his
deliver
haunts.
auto parts down there to a Meineke. It's just all the great signs. I loved it.
It's awesome.
So those are cool places. Asking for a friend.
Very cool.
Pleasure chest is down there too. So yeah, no, it's a fun area to be around.
I've been to Chicago once, and it was to train for a job. It's like, but I hated the job I was in, so I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
willing to take just about anything. This place convinced me that this was the job for me, and I'm like, hell yeah, it sounds like it. Yep, we'll fly you up to Chicago. They paid for everything. And I go up there, and I'm like, it's not the job for me, but I'm going to stick it out. I'm already here.
Yeah.
So I'll just go through the training, and then first night there, it was like, oh yeah, we're all gonna go out to eat this and that. I'm like, hell yeah, I want some real Chicago food. I can't wait.
Right.
Let's go. Like,
that's one thing I will do. I will be eating.
Yeah. So I don't know. You guys have all been to Chicago. Like,
Yes.
There's so many good places.
25 years there.
Yeah, there's so many good places. You're like, oh, cool. Where are we going? Old Chicago.
What?
Wait a minute.
In Chicago?
I have one of those.
Yeah.
I have at least one or two of those that are like really close.
Pizzeria Uno.
But yeah, we really went to Old Chicago.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, you motherfuckers.
I would just leave. I'd be like, I'm going to go somewhere else.
I didn't have anywhere to go.
I
didn't have a car.
Doesn't matter.
Where am I supposed to go?
Chicago is one of the few places I travel to where my food budget exceeds my alcohol budget.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I will eat 5 times a day, like sit down, full on meals, just because there's so much good food.
And I found the good places after that because I talked to the guy.
If it
at
looks
the
like a
hotel.
shithole, it's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good rule of thumb.
And, I talked to the guy at the front desk. I'm like, hey, where's a good place to get Italian beef sandwich, hot peppers, all that? Where do I get that?
Chicago
Like,
gets a bad
so many
rep.
places. He's like, there's so many. I don't know what to tell you. He's like, I found some menus, and I'm like, okay.
Walk down the street and make a left.
Most of the time,
Basically, yeah. And I was in a weird part of Chicago, so there was like nothing close by. Nothing I could walk to.
Okay.
I was just in this like weird modern hotel that was just like in the middle of what felt like nowhere.
Yeah.
Probably by design. So I'm like, I'm not renting a car. We don't have that much time at night to where I'm like, be able to retain all this information.
Well, plus
and then
paying for
drive around.
parking would be a bitch.
Yeah, there's so many things with and I'm like, the train's, there's a train stop not too far from here. I'll just hold off.
It's a very manageable city. It's a very. Now, I will say they opened up a dinosaur barbecue in Chicago, which got their start in Syracuse, New York.
Oh, wow.
And I've been to the one in Chicago one time. I am very much looking forward to that meal.
Yeah.
That is some fantastic barbecue. But Chicago gets a really bad rep. Like everybody knows about the food, and everybody knows about the Cubs, and it's a good city. It's a very manageable city.
Yep.
I've been to Chicago countless times. I've hardly ever been shot.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the bad press.
I mean, they told me that one time.
Only like once or twice. So it's really not that bad.
I've only had a gun held to me 2 different times in the time I lived in Chicago. So yeah.
I had it happen to me in Phoenix.
I was like, I've had a gun held on me twice, and they both happened in Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, one time in Indianapolis, but outside of that.
Yeah, all that shooting is going on in pretty specific areas.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not.
You don't go there.
I'm not frequenting those
Stay
neighborhoods.
out of the West Side, which is where Don Magic Juan had his start. So, which isn't that far from where I grew up. It's about 5 minutes away, but the dividing lines are so specific in Chicago that you can cross the street and be in a bad neighborhood. It's weird.
Yeah.
But, but yeah, I mean, you can get around easily anywhere without a car.
I mean, I found that out afterwards.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was there to train for a job.
Right.
But the last night there, the guy that ran the class like, hey, these are the things you can do, this and that. But I made friends with people pretty quick. This dude was like, I rented a car. I'm going to see my son. I'll take you around the city. Like, cool. So he took like 3 of us out. Yeah, he stopped by, saw his son for like 20 minutes, came back down like, where do y'all want to go? He's like, I'm like, just take me to the sites. So he's like, all right. Just took us to different sites and walked around a little bit. It was just like, holy shit, I would live here. This would be awesome. I couldn't afford to live there the way I would want to.
You can afford to live outside of Chicago, but I wouldn't recommend it. Like, I unfortunately spent about a week in Crystal Lake.
Oh my God, that's an hour plus outside of the city.
It was. I didn't think it was that far. I don't remember it being that far, but it's been many, many years.
Depends. Well, depends on when you're going.
They're killing people left and right.
Kill people there. Yeah. That is,
like I remember, we just rolled past the sign that said "Welcome to Crystal Lake," It was a four-way stop
They
sign.
changed it to Forest
There was
Green.
an El Camino stripped down to the primer up on 35-inch rims. I went, Jesus, where the hell are we?
Yeah.
Was that guy in the mask there? Because you want to avoid.
Yeah, it wasn't a guy.
I've been to Chicago countless times. I've still never been to the Bean.
To the what?
The Bean.
The Bean?
Oh, the Bean, the Cloud
Yeah,
Gate.
fuck that thing.
Cloud Gate.
I've still never gone.
Boston is Beantown. Why is there a fucking... It was there after I
I
left.
know.
Why is there a bean
I
in the
don't
middle
know.
of fucking...
It's cool looking.
It makes no sense.
It makes me laugh though. Like all the time, my friends are like, "You've been to Chicago?" I was like, "Yeah." Do you have a picture there? I was like, "No."
The bean's maybe, 10 years old? Fuck the bean.
It's something like that, yeah.
Go look at the big dumb elephant Picasso.
Yeah.
Or,
Those
like
awesome
when they had
lions outside of the museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when they had the cows downtown. That was
They
the
have
best.
a
That
free
was great.
zoo. They have a free zoo
Yeah.
in Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
Like, go to the zoo.
They got Lucy in the museum, the largest T-Rex ever found.
Yep.
Yes.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
shit there.
I'd really like
Don't
to
go
visit
see
it
the
one more
bears, 'cause
time.
that's hopeless and
Well, probably
sad.
more than once.
Nobody wants to see the bears.
Nobody wants to see the bears. I
it's a-
agree.
Go across the street to the Field Museum, or go to Shed, which is down the road, But and that's a great aquarium, too. You got the Science and Industry Museum.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. So
I'd really like to go.
Yeah.
For fun.
There's actually a
As
human
opposed to-
being sliced into narrow little slices in the Museum of Science and Industry. It's
Yeah.
so great to look at.
It's cool.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Science.
It's a cool city.
But
We
yeah.
should do Wizard World or something there.
I would.
I would.
I'd be down. I got a crash to couch on, so I'm good. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Me too.
I got my sister's house. I'm good.
Got my friend Maria's,
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
and she's right there in Boys Town.
I've seen people sleeping in O'Hare. I guess I could do that.
It's cold. Bring a blanket and a jacket.
You can
I don't
stay
know,
at my mom's house.
This dude's giant
Good
ass
luck with
toe
that.
was hanging out. Yeah. I was like, holy shit! If this is Chicago, this is fucking gross. It smells like piss. That dude's toe is huge, and it's sticking way out.
Yeah. There are,
Ugh. But then I was like,
there are some
pleasantly
areas you want to
surprised.
avoid.
No, I was pleasantly surprised at how clean that city is.
Yeah.
Everybody that I ran into was beyond friendly.
Oh yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. So everybody's drunk.
And the Bears were going to the Super Bowl that year.
Oh, okay.
So that's how long ago it
And,
was for me.
and then lost.
And then lost.
Yeah.
We did my brother's bachelor party at the first year that Chicago hosted the draft. We went up and did that.
Wow.
Nice.
Surprisingly, the weather was great,
Yeah.
and it's hit or miss in May,
Yeah.
but the weather was
Not when the
great,
NFL's
and
involved.
there was a lot of fun, believe it or not.
I was, it was like April, I don't know, it was a week before opening day at Wrigley, and I was working for an alarm company, and we were running wire inside of the park, and it was freezing fucking cold. It was like 40 degrees, and that was horrible. But, I mean, we were walking around Wrigley, just going wherever we wanted.
Sure.
So, guy I was working with, we're standing out in left field, we're watching him, fix up the ivy and shit, and he goes, "You think they'll be pissed if I run the bases?" Yeah, they'll be pissed.
They'll be pissed.
They'll be pissed a little
Yeah.
bit. So didn't do that, but
Wrigley's a blast.
yeah,
I've never
The
been.
most fun I've ever had at a baseball game in my entire life was sitting in the center field bleachers at Wrigley Field.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a party out there.
you can't,
It is.
You can sit anywhere else, but no, you have to be in the bleachers if you want to really have fun.
And I mean, they were playing the Astros that day, and the Cubs just wouldn't die in the bottom of the seventh inning. They kept batting and batting and batting. They wouldn't get their 3 outs. So we kept running all the way up the stairs, let me get 2 more old styles, and coming running back down.
Right.
Oh, another batter, run back up. Let me get 2 more old styles.
The official PBR of Chicago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
much.
awful shit. I have a hat because it's Chicago, but yeah, it's awful shit. But yeah, it's fun. It's just fun to go to a Cubs. It doesn't matter. The Cubs never had to win a World Series.
No, they didn't
Most
have.
of they did, but they never had to.
It's good for the diehards and the lifelongs. That's fine. But no, there was no need whatsoever.
I hate that
It
they.
was almost better when they didn't.
Right now, prices
now
are
got the
they
lovable
won it in my
losers.
lifetime.
prices are going to go up. It's going to
Yeah.
the atmosphere is going to change.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, the same thing happened with Boston, you
Yeah.
know, but
Oh, fuck them. Yeah.
I agree.
But, for
Disgusting.
my grandmother who turned 89 right before it happened, it's like, yeah, all right.
That's cool.
Yeah, it needs to happen. So, but
Yeah, Wrigley's like one of the stadiums that I kind of feel like I need to go to.
You do.
yeah,
Like,
You
I
absolutely do.
this one I
It's
wanna
an
attend.
experience.
Yeah, I want to go there. I want to go see a Twins game at their new stadium, at their new place. I saw one at the Metrodome, but I'd really like to go to one at a new Target Field or whatever.
Target Field, yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really new, but new to
It's,
me.
it's fairly new. I think it's only been open 4 or 5 years.
Something like that. Yeah, but I was like, yeah, that'll be cool.
Safeco in Seattle is gorgeous. That's
I'm
been open
sure.
far longer, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous
Yeah.
stadium.
My brother was offered tickets to go there because he has clients up in Seattle. And he just told him no. He's like, I don't want to see a baseball game. Tell me when you give me some Seahawks tickets.
Right. Well,
Oh, they called him up and said, come on up. Flew him up there, and we got to go see the Seahawks versus the Giants.
nice.
Like, we can't get you Cardinals tickets. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a hot
no.
commodity.
Yeah, those are
It's
big
like,
deal.
We can get you into a Giants game.
yeah.
It's like it's a beautiful stadium. Said that the people were super nice.
yep.
Like just like a really.
That's because
nice
it was the Giants.
atmosphere.
If it was the Cardinals or the San Francisco 49ers, they're not as nice.
Probably not as nice. Yeah.
No. The time I went to Seattle was the week in between the Pro Bowl and the Super Bowl when they beat Denver. And the first day I was there, I was walking around in a Cardinals shirt, and I got so many sour looks.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, "Oh, they broke Russell Wilson's home streak." I'm like, "You're going to the Super Bowl. Shut the fuck up." But I love that I was irritating people. It was the best.
Yeah.
I had to do something.
Yeah. I'd rather go to the
In
Super
between
Bowl.
drinking craft beers. That were
That's a great
amazing
city.
everywhere. Yeah,
Really
it's
great
a
city.
Place. I liked it. So
Yeah.
That's how I am. I'd rather go to the Super Bowl also.
Yeah.
yeah.
Keep dreaming, Colts
I'd rather
fan.
go to the Super Bowl ugly than.
Okay, Jets
Yeah.
fan. Shut your face.
We've never lost a Super Bowl.
Whatever. I have no comment on that Super Bowl.
Oh man.
So
Well, you know what? The Lions never lost a Super Bowl either.
Cardinals, have lost one.
Lions have never been to a Super Bowl.
I know that's
Yeah.
the best thing.
The oldest team to ever go.
Yeah.
Everybody else is fairly new. Well, fairly.
Newer,
Yeah.
to where.
Newish.
Yeah. The current Browns, the Texans, Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
So I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to the Cleveland Browns, I'm tired of anybody talking about records that they have
Yeah.
because those are not their records.
No.
They're not.
Whenever they talk about like Jim Brown, like no, that's a Ravens record.
Don't get me started on this because, as we've discussed before, I did spend some time living in Seattle, and I actually happened to be living there when the Sonics were stolen and moved to Oklahoma City.
Right.
And I think it was like 2 years later, the Thunders were in the NBA Finals, and they put up on ESPN
Yeah.
the last time the Thunder won the NBA championship was 1970, I think 8 or 9, when the Sonics won it. I was like, that is not the Thunder's fucking title. I'm sorry, that's Seattle's title.
See, and I think it is the Thunder's title to me.
Wrong.
Well, see, the last time the Cardinals won a title was 1948, but they were in Chicago. But it's still their title.
Now, granted, this was before the Seahawks had gone on and won the Super Bowl, so that was literally the only title Seattle had ever won, unless you count
Right.
WNBA. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
They were done shitty. They should have got them.
You
a new-
can't take away a city's identity just because some rich asshole moved his team to another city.
I can't say anything. Indianapolis claims, what was it, Super Bowl 4?
Right.
yeah.
They also claim Super Bowl III's loss to the Jets. But, like, the fans don't give a shit about what the team did while they were in Cleveland and they moved to Baltimore. Like, the Baltimore fans don't care.
No.
True.
No.
The fans
I
in
don't care
Cleveland
what the
care about what
Winnipeg Jets
happened
did.
with the Browns while they were in Cleveland.
Nobody gives a shit about the Winnipeg Jets.
Right.
Nobody. You know, but
They need to go back to the old logo, by the way. I like the old one way
Yeah, did
better.
I?
yeah.
I agree. I actually wanted them to keep that name when they came here. I thought the Phoenix Jets sounded cool.
Yeah.
Bring back the greatest logo that sports has ever seen, the Hartford Whale. Bring that
Yeah.
back.
That was a cool logo. I always liked that one. But, you know.
Yeah, I just
That's never happening.
Yeah, I just think it's just dumb when they change some of the names. But,
Leave the history in the city.
okay, I can see it that way too.
It's a point of civic pride. While the team's there, it's a point of civic pride. So
Okay.
leave that history there.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But still,
I don't know.
you could say that the city, but this franchise, this Cleveland Browns franchise, those are not their records.
No.
That did not come with this.
It's not the current iteration of the Cleveland Browns, but it is still the history of the Cleveland Browns.
But
And they shouldn't have called them the
But
Browns
it's not,
either.
though. They speak of it as though it's the same team. That's the problem. And I don't think you should take an old name back. The Cleveland Browns shouldn't be. It's a stupid name, first of all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paul Brown never owned this team. But and same with the Winnipeg Jets. It's stupid to rehash that name. I think you should go with something different because it is a different organization altogether. And with something like the Cleveland Browns, people are just busting out their old jerseys and shit.
Yeah,
they
there's
have
Bernie
so
Kosar
much
jerseys.
opportunity to sell new jerseys.
I think
Same with
it
Dan
should be
Snyder
treated
and the
like individual records. Like, so Joe Namath won Super Bowl III with the New York Jets.
Yeah.
When he got traded and played for, who did he play for? St. Louis, I believe? Or the Rams, I think?
San Diego or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't win the Super Bowl there. His record didn't follow him. His ring didn't follow him. It stayed with him as a New York Jet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So those Browns teams, whatever they accomplished, which wasn't much, granted,
Right.
it should stay in Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but when it's a new team, they should have a new name. Like, the Cleveland Browns are dead and gone. And then let's have the Cleveland whatever the fuck else. You know what I mean?
I think
my
just
take.
because it's the same rich guy owning it, that the Baltimore Ravens should not have the records that Cleveland had. I don't.
Yeah.
That's me personally. I know there's a lot of debate about that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know. I just think it's a terrible name. They had an opportunity to get
Yeah.
something else.
So
And-
you could just make so much more money off of
Yeah.
it.
Well,
You'd piss some people off for a little bit, but overall,
That's where
You're
Dan
gonna get
Snyder's
over
a
it.
moron. He
Yeah.
could rename the Redskins
Oh,
and
I think-
sell a shitload of jerseys.
I think he is using that later
He's just
for
being a
leverage.
dick.
He's
Yeah.
going to use it for leverage later.
yeah.
When it just comes down to it, he wants a new stadium built.
Yeah.
Well, no, we don't like that Redskins name. I need a new stadium. We don't like that Redskins name. And you know,
Yeah.
why do you want a new stadium? Well, I could put up this much money. Well, we're not putting it up. We don't like that name.
Sure.
What if we change it? Oh, perfect. Dan Snyder's really come around, and he's really embracing the fact that we need a new name. And now they're going to get a new stadium, and oh, weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he'll become like the Portland Redskins. He'll
So
just
when-
say fucking move.
Yeah,
Right.
So when they
Yeah.
become
Yeah.
the Nationals for football as well,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Washington Senators, Congress people, or the Washington House of Representatives, or whatever other stupid government name that they'll come up with.
Yeah.
They should call them the Washington Monuments. That'd be fucking fantastic.
That's the monuments. Just giant phallic symbols on their helmets.
Oh, man. That'd be great.
Yeah,
I like it.
well, there you go.
Well, that's not normal fare for Maskerpiece
No,
Theater.
it's not very normal. 30 minutes of us bitching about sports. That happens every now and then.
right?
It goes.
It happens.
Well, let's bring it back to some of the normal stuff we talk about.
How about ElfQuest?
Yeah. Let's talk about ElfQuest, as promised.
As promised.
Fun
from
fact.
the
As
last
promised.
episode.
Frankie G.
I did some research,
Oh, let's hear it.
and I was able to find one interesting fact about ElfQuest. One. Count it.
It was mentioned on a podcast.
Damn it.
I'm
Here.
sorry, two. Two interesting.
Actually, that's a great idea. I should edit this Wikipedia page as soon as we're done recording, and I'm going to, I think.
That would be fantastic.
However, in Marvel's X-Men issue 153,
Ooh,
Kitty Pryde wears an ElfQuest t-shirt.
holy shit.
Yes. Mind blown.
Really?
Mind
Wow.
blown.
Mind.
I take back
153.
everything bad I said about ElfQuest.
Right. Probably drawn by John Byrne.
It was an unofficial homage, but still.
Still. Written by Chris Claremont and drawn with art by John Byrne. Wow. Yeah, that'd be pretty huge. Yeah, I might have to look that up. I might have that graphic novel.
Yeah, well, there you
Oh,
go.
I don't have the actual issue. I know that much. So, wonder if that's in the Days of Future Past or if that's too early for that.
153? That's pretty early.
I think Days of Future Past is earlier than that. I think it is. Like just that and the Dark Phoenix Saga, I think, are a little bit before that.
I thought it was around 1:15 or something that Days of Future Past
could have been.
Comes in. I don't remember.
That's just I know I have that one. So Days of Future Past really wasn't a long story arc.
No, it wasn't.
It was like 2 or 3 issues at most. It's like, whoa, are you serious? Like, because I'm reading the graphic novel, I'm like, there's a lot of fucking build-up for this. This has nothing to do with the Days of Future Past. Like, yeah, they're good stories, but this has nothing to do with it. I'm like, huh.
And then
it's
suddenly
cool.
it's done.
Yeah, suddenly it was done. So, good job for making it into a 2-hour movie. But then again, that was also
Right.
when comic books were written,
Yeah.
as opposed to what they are now, where it's like,
Picture,
I'm done.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all 24 pages, I'm done. Next.
I've gleaned nothing from this.
Like I'm looking at him like, God damn, writers shouldn't get paid for this much. Scene of a bar. What's up? Like, the artist had to put in like hours upon hours of work
Right.
for somebody to like turn over and say, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
It's not hard to write comic books.
Not,
far as
not with
the
today's style.
task of writing
not,
itself.
Not with today's style. Like,
Yeah.
back in the 80s and 70s where they actually put in,
There was
this
dialogue.
is what's happening.
There was legit dialogue.
Legit
Yeah.
dialogue, thoughts that were going on in their heads.
Mhm.
Like, serious philosophy was going on in these comic books. And now it's just, forget it. There's
Yeah.
not much going on. It's good, and it's enjoyable. But it's like, damn, dude, you want $4 and this is all I'm going to get?
That's funny because one of the things that I'm writing now, as I'm doing it, I'm like, God, there's a lot of fucking dialogue.
That's good. It's,
But-
as it should be.
Yeah, that's...
God, you go back to some of the old Fantastic Four books, like, it's like all word balloon and just like a little piece of
Right.
somebody's face.
Yeah.
Because there was so much philosophy going
He's
on.
actually using his hands to separate the word balloon
Yeah,
so you can see it.
seriously, yeah. That's-
I feel like that's like some of the things I see because I remember I had a lot of friends when I was in like elementary school that would just like shit on comic books. They're like, oh, it's just pictures. I'm like, no, there's some that actually have words,
Yeah.
like a lot of words, and I don't remember which comic book it
when
was.
you're in elementary school, probably
But-
quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like I had one at school, and I'm like, no, look, like
Yeah,
they're
the
like
X-Men books seriously did, because
Yeah.
that was Chris Claremont.
it was
who
probably an X-Men because
one of
that's
my favorite writers of all time.
I always went to
Yeah.
the X-Men books.
Yeah, they were the
That's
best.
how it always was.
I didn't
and so,
know
like,
it back then, but I look back now, I'm like, God, these were the best books.
It's like I went in and I'm like, look at this. The font's way smaller than your book.
Right.
And there's a lot more words and there just happens to be pictures with it. Like,
Yeah,
calm down.
it's still cool.
Now it's way different. It's like hi and that way
Right.
a person pointing.
Yeah, it's very little.
Now we're not the ones being mocked. Now we're the ones annoying everybody.
Yeah.
Because we're like, people go see the movies, they're like, oh no, but in the comics, this happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I just kind of feel justified for all the shit that I was into. Like, see, motherfucker, that's what it was like.
And they get
What
pissed
I-
off
this
at you,
is what
but then
I
whenever
enjoy.
a new movie comes out, they come, or like Arrow and Flash on TV, they'll come up to me like, so what's this about? What's going on with that? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, hold up, I got you.
just feel justified for Guardians of the Galaxy because I didn't know anybody else that read
I never
that.
read it.
And I only had like 4 issues. It was all I could find.
Yeah. And it's the newer stuff, because the original Guardians of the Galaxy,
Oh, it's way different.
no,
I was so confused because
Nothing like it.
Iron Man's not involved in the movie, and I was like, "This is right."
Not yet.
That's not what I remember.
yeah,
Not
he
yet.
will be.
Not yet. But,
But the,
that all 4 issues that I had Iron Man in Guardians. So I was like,
Yeah.
"Where's Tony Stark? Him and
Yeah.
Star-Lord need to get really ridiculous with each other."
But yeah,
Something.
the original Guardians was nothing like this. It was
Oh yeah.
basically the guys at the end of the.
Yeah.
That is what.
That's what it originally was.
That is what it was.
Yeah.
Yondu was Gladiator
Yep.
and
Yep.
was huge and could basically beat the fuck out of anybody.
Yeah.
What I think is
There's
funny
nobody
is
that could hang with
Stallone's character, Starhawk, turned into a broad at one point.
So hot.
Nice. I can see it.
Yeah,
Hey.
why not?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Loki had sex with a horse. Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
comics are comics.
All right.
This went really Game of Thrones really quickly.
That's yeah, that's a weird one. I don't think that'll be in the movies.
No,
I don't
I don't see that
No.
coming, no.
I think they had a kid.
It's,
Stallone and the horse?
No, it was Loki and the horse.
Oh.
So
well, I know
Tom
the Norse
Hiddleston.
mythology, Loki fucked everything.
Yeah.
But
Well, I guess that's true. Yeah, that's not too
in
weird.
actual Norse
Yeah.
mythology, Loki was
then. Yeah.
trickster giving the dickster.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Yeah.
Those horns aren't just for decoration.
Brown chickens and brown cows, yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, those horns were...
Because he only did
multi-use.
anal with them.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
Well, you didn't want to get those pregnant. Gross.
Oh, you went butthole. I was thinking race. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking they were all Mormon.
Yeah.
It's like that scene of Big Lebowski where the dude is looking at the picture on the wall and Brant's all Philip Seymour Hoffman's character's like, oh, those are Mr. Lebowski's children. And the dude goes, oh, so racially he's pretty cool then?
Yeah. That's one of
Another
those
great
movies
movie.
where it was like I had to watch it a second time.
Yep.
Like, all right, I like it, but I need to I have to watch it again, and then that was it.
The more I watched it, I loved it. I loved it that much more. But yeah, that was definitely a movie. The first time I watched it, I'm like, I like it.
Yeah.
The Big Lebowski.
I like it, but I don't. But I didn't understand the love.
It's
for
my
it.
all-time favorite movie.
But the more I watch it, I'm
That's
like,
great. Fucking nihilist.
I've seen
blows
it.
me away.
Nihilists.
I bought
Fuck
a-
me. I mean, say what you want about the tenets of National Socialism. At least it's an ethos.
I bought a special edition of it, and it's in a bowling ball.
yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah, I've seen
I
that.
won't open it, but I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
I've got a script from it.
But I
Somebody
don't
gave me
wanna
for my birthday.
Nice.
I used to know the
That's
whole
fantastic.
Donnie eulogy. And,
Oh, God.
yeah, I used to know every word of it. Donnie was a good bowler and a good man.
Oh,
And he dumps the ashes out. Dude gets douched, and then Goodman just brushes off his shoulders like, oh, shit.
Oh shit! Sorry, dude. Well, God damn it!
It's always a fucking travesty with you.
We used to just run around yelling, Shomer Chavez, Shomer Chavez. Like, just out of nowhere, just scream at each other when it was a quiet moment for no reason. It's just like,
Awesome.
yes, that's it.
I'm staying. I'm finishing my coffee.
You don't fuck with the Jesus. So much good shit in that movie.
They dumped the fucking ferret in the bathtub. He's like, oh, nice marmot. I used to walk up to people in the bar, like women, and go, nice marmot. Oh, I got slapped a few times.
So good.
I guess those were lonely days.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you find that one that knows what the fuck you're talking about.
And then it's on, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is
happy.
Artemis. Thanks. Hadn't saved in a moment, but glad you're into it.
It's a merkin.
Oh, God. She's not here today.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh,
God.
thank God.
Yeah. Wasn't last time either.
She was. I'm hoping she's been like.
She was scared away by the trivia.
Yeah.
She's like,
She's
oh
in
my
the bathroom
God,
getting 69.
smart people.
Yeah, no more cocaine in the bathroom. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Gross.
So that'll put a damper on things.
I noticed my shoulders were cold.
Yeah. Shoulders nice and cool around this. Oh, is that why Handsome Jay's getting his shoulder
Shoulder
surgery?
workout. She just
Oh.
dropped one of her
Oh,
shoulder warmers on him.
I was wondering why you started
Muscle.
wearing Road Warrior shoulder pads to the podcast.
Just like odors from guar.
Those look real uncomfortable. No, they're fine. They're fine.
They're functional,
Stay
damn it.
on.
yeah, staying on. So
Oh man.
we've got our ElfQuest trivia. It's good.
You had a little list there. I don't think we got through all of it.
We got through all of it, actually.
Oh, we did?
man.
We got through all of it on the last podcast. I don't have shit. So,
It's that time of the year.
it is that time of the year. We're
Somebody's got to have a
waiting for
fucked up
shit to-
story or something.
You know what? That's the problem. We don't have anybody Brown here to give us a good
Yeah.
story. We don't have
I know, right?
Alvin, Kalani, or Jesse. Jesse got promoted. Congratulations. So
Yeah,
that's
congratulations,
good.
Jesse.
Right?
Yeah.
I see there's a bucket here that would that's pretty much got his name on it.
The
You can have it
Minion
for
bucket? Yeah.
550 tickets.
I
there's a
did
Minion
find
bucket.
a Minion pint glass as I was doing one of my little searches through Goodwill for beer glasses, and I was like, no, I'm buying this. I have to buy this. He doesn't drink
Yeah.
beer, but he'll drink something out of it.
Yeah, you can
Right?
drink
So yeah, nice,
drink a little cider.
nice yellow pint
Before
glass
he's
with
in
a face
cider?
on it. Yeah. So
And by her, we mean pillow.
Fireball.
Pillow, or someone who has a child that likes Minions.
Yeah. So
He can
You
watch
know.
together and hope it's asleep.
yeah.
Good Lord.
Awkward. Awkward. Just,
I've never heard of a baby wishing for SIDS before.
and it went there. All right. All right.
Oh god.
I mean, to be fair. But. Jeez.
Happens.
Oh, man. But yeah.
Um,
So he'll have that.
Yeah, they'll have that. Anybody else got any summer vacation plans? Going
Not really.
Nothing. You're going to Chicago. Mandy, you're always going out of town. What the hell?
Yeah, Mandy, you're
You go
busy.
to town when it's like beautiful in Phoenix.
I
and
know,
now it's gonna
I'm
be just
fucking up.
shit. It's gonna be shit. You're like, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll go
Yeah,
to Phoenix.
when the
Comic-Con
weather's
was
shitty,
hot.
she comes
Yeah.
here and tells us how hot she is, how tired she is, and life sucks. But when it's nice here, she's off gallivanting all across the country, doing whatever the fuck she wants to
I'll
do.
be in Vegas in August. I'll be in Indianapolis in September. Going to the
Okay.
Colts-Cardinals game
Nice.
That a go?
in Indiana.
I'll get you a red hat to wear.
I won't wear it. I'm actually going to fit in the crowd.
Yeah.
It'll be nice.
All right.
The only
I don't-
Colts game I've ever gone to in Indianapolis was against the Bills. Half the crowd was wearing Bills shit there.
Yeah.
Was that at the
That was
RCA
the
Dome or was
RCA
that
Dome.
the Lucas Oil?
Inflatable.
Yeah,
It's the
RCA.
RCA Dome.
And I was a big
That
Jim
place
Kelly
was-
fan.
that
so
place was
I love Jim
horrible.
Kelly. Thurman Thomas was my favorite player when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Those Bills were something else.
Yeah.
They really were. It
Couldn't
was a
win
shame-
shit,
it was
but
a
they
shame
were-
They didn't win it in
Yeah.
the end. It's not
No.
that.
I'm glad I
It's not that
got
they
to
weren't
see him
talented
once,
enough,
and they
it just
beat the
happened.
piss out of the Colts. But that was like in the Jeff George era.
I think that was before I
Was born.
was
Yeah.
born.
Yeah.
I was like, existed.
Yeah.
What's a Jeff George?
Hey, that's insulting.
Legendary names like Jeff George and
Please
Tom
turn-
Majikowski and
Please turn to page 78
legends like that.
in your Kama Sutra. This is the Jeff George.
Hey, I had to sit through games in that RCA
That's
Dome
furry.
too, so I understand your pain.
No, it was cool. It was
It's
December.
horrible.
And I was walking around in a T-shirt. It was like,
Yeah.
compared to Soldier Field, where
Yeah.
I've been to a game when it was 10 below outside of the stadium and 30 below inside because you're right on the lake and
Yeah,
the wind
the
was
wind.
just tearing through.
It's
it.
horrible.
That'll get you.
We drank a lot of Goose Island because the Bears sucked and Favre was playing for the Packers, so it was just destruction.
Yeah.
But yeah, good
Rape.
times still. Good times.
Lots of rape.
I think Jim Miller was the Bears quarterback at that point.
Oh, man.
You
Oh,
find
yeah.
him on the next page after Jeff George.
You know, it's hard to pinpoint the dark times in Bears history, although that certainly qualifies.
It's honestly, it's
And
pretty
you know, and
easy.
the best thing about that was all the Bears fans were calling for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were calling for Jim Miller, and I'm like,
Well,
I would too.
When you spent so long going, Mike Tomczak or Jim Harbaugh? Mike Tomczak or Jim Harbaugh? Back and forth, pretty much in the way that, we did Grossman-Orton for a year.
Yeah.
But that was several years of the Tomczak Harbaugh thing. It
Thank
was
God it's not like that anymore. It's not like you've got Mike Glennon and Mitch Trubinsky.
Glennon Trubisky. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, they signed
good.
Glenn, and I went, ugh.
That was my
I like
favorite.
Mitch Trubisky the first time when they called him Cade McNown.
Yeah.
That was my
Nice.
favorite part of the draft, outside of the Colts not uttering the words wide receiver on their draft pick.
When they traded up
That
one spot. Like, hey, we'll give you half our
So,
shit.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
And I'm like, what are they? And when they did it, I'm like, what the fuck are they getting?
Why?
I'm like listening
Why?
to the radio. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing right now? Because I'm driving to my brother's house. He's like, hey, do you want to watch the draft? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to watch the draft. I'm coming over.
Another
But I'm
great
listening to it,
draft
I'm
by
like,
the Bears.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No fucking way. Good thing the Cardinals kind of helped them out a little bit when they traded up to round 2. Gave them a little something to look forward to
That's
later.
So bad.
They gave up a fortune for that, too.
I'll eat that if you're not
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah, go for it.
Don't take pizza away from me.
All I know is like we're getting up to the Colts pick, and I'm like, I just
All 3
know
wide receivers were gone by then, so
I was really happy with the
they
Jets
never
draft.
take top
Yeah, the
pick
Jets
wide
did pretty well.
receivers.
that's true.
They
Philip
take
Hart
these
said.
like other people you've never heard of. But I'm just sitting there, I'm like, they're gonna take someone, and I don't want to say their name because I'm just gonna laugh.
I feel
I'm
like
excited.
they got one of the steals of the draft.
I'm excited for Frank is not. Frank thinks it's horrible, but he doesn't like Ohio State, which I don't either, and that's fine. But I mean, come on, I can now say Hooker plays for the Colts.
Oh my God, we just found her jersey.
I think
I'll
so.
put in and get her one.
I think so.
I will
Yep.
wear it. I will wear it.
But the kid the Jets drafted, Jamal Adams, he was in New York already doing something.
Right.
So he scheduled a pre-draft meeting with the Jets, and when he showed up at the Jets facility, the Jets go, "What are you doing here? There's no way you're going to make it all the way to 6." And then they freaking snagged him, partially in part to the Chicago Bears. So Kevin, thank you, my friend.
It's not the worst draft the Bears have had. That's the sad thing. They're the only team that had a legitimately bad draft.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, a lot of other teams, they just filled holes where they needed it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but you know, Cade McNown. I mean, there's a guy. The best thing about him was the website tradecade.com, where people petitioned to get the fuck rid of him.
Really?
I signed that website. Yeah, I signed that petition. There were thousands of names on that thing to get rid of him. Remember, he
Wow.
was banned from the Playboy Mansion because he hooked up with one of Hef's girls.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, he took
that'll
off
do
for
it. Don't I
3
know?
or 4 days. Yeah, he was a fucking mess. And like the big thing was Wanstead was mad at him because he wouldn't take out his earring. Like, all right. So yeah, there have been some bad drafts in Bears history. Well, it's him,
Yeah.
Curtis Enos. What's his name? White, the receiver. He's done shit.
Kevin White, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So they're good at drafting shit. So, no.
And it's hard to build a good team when you draft poorly. I mean,
Yeah.
the Cleveland
Yeah.
Browns. You know, the year that they got,
They actually had a really good draft this year.
They did all right.
it felt way better this year.
Yeah.
But like, was it 2014 that Manziel came out?
Around there. 15, 14, yeah, I think it was 15.
What's his face? The wide receiver, or the
Brandon
running
Whedon.
back.
No,
Trent Richardson.
Wasn't it Richardson in 14?
Oh,
Richardson, I thought was
Richardson.
before that.
I thought Richardson was 13.
Oh no,
13
Richardson
and
and,
then-
Luck were 13. Never mind.
So
I'm sorry.
14
Richardson had a
was-
decent rookie year. He just,
They were willing to trade him for a reason.
yeah.
I was not happy with the Colts on that one, but you know, whatever.
Well, either way, when it came to that draft, Cleveland had 2 picks in the first round.
Yeah.
I think the guy's last name was Gilbert, and then Manziel was the other pick.
Yeah.
They're the only 2 people in the first round of that draft that are no longer in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you do that?
Talent,
I
yeah.
noticed that Baltimore's not
Talent.
claiming that history.
They are not doing that. No. But I mean, just like, dude, 2 picks, neither of them are in
Yeah.
the league, and they're both in the first round. And I mean, so it's kind of funny when we talk about how great our team feels with their draft, or how poorly we feel about another one. It's like, how do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you
just
can't.
don't know.
You can't know.
It's like, huh. You feel good about it.
Sure.
But then it's like,
Tom Brady, 5th round.
Yeah. Number 199, wasn't he? Something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, 3rd round.
compensatory pick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah. Russell Wilson, too short.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't throw. Like, okay, like Drew Brees. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew Brees was first round, don't get me wrong, but the knock on him was he's
Too short.
too short.
Can't see over the line. Yep.
Yep.
And some of these people just, and they have to go somewhere else too. Like, look at Favre. One of my favorite clips is Jerry Glanville yelling at Brett Favre in Atlanta, "You're never going to be anything.
Right.
You're a loser." And he's just like head hanging down.
And little did he know that just 20 years later, Favre would be showing his pecker to all the Jets cheerleaders. Little did he know.
It's true. Yep. Jerry Glanville turned out to be one of the worst TV commentators that ever lived.
Not a great coach. And isn't he the guy that left a ticket for Elvis Presley at every single game?
Every game. I think that was him, yeah.
We got stuck watching Glanville and Ron Pitts for every fucking Bears game because the Bears were shitty and they put their shittiest team on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was horrible. Glanville every fucking week. I'm like, It was so aggravating.
Yeah.
Worse than Gruden. Gruden annoys the
absolutely.
fuck out of me. But Glanville was 10 times worse.
Spider 2Y banana man.
Oh, no. Not the Spider Y2 banana.
Spider Y2 banana. I'll tell you what happens here, man. I'm like, shut the fuck up. But people love them. There are people like Chris Berman and some of these goofy-ass commentators. Like, dude, shut up.
Berman is going to be missed. He's done. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
He's going to be missed.
He will be. Not my favorite.
I'm glad he's done with the home run derby. But in football, in doing Swami and the football stuff, he'll be missed.
Yeah, that part was pretty good.
And the nicknames he came up with.
Games, it gets old. Yeah. And we have one of our own.
I miss Dennis
here.
Miller.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, I don't.
No. That was a failed experiment.
Sadly, the worst part of that team up was Dan Deerdorf.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah, that's a tough call.
Thuckatash. I mean,
That was my first thought, was Thuckatash.
That was horrible. He was awful the whole time. So.
Yeah.
I just remember whenever it was always the ball.
Yeah.
It was just that
Yeah.
I'm like,
that was
what are
like
you
giving
doing?
Magic Johnson a talk show, really.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Why is this person talking for a living?
Right.
No.
and these guys. This guys. I was like, what word is that? What are you saying?
Yeah. I used to yell at the TV a lot right now. Like, please shut up.
Yeah, I find I watch a lot more and more football on mute.
Yep.
I really
It's
have.
better.
It's just better.
I don't watch it on mute, but I go to a bar where you can't hear it.
Right. So there's that
It's
too.
way better.
Like, I've got the game figured out.
Stop putting dumb thoughts in my brain.
Yeah.
Let me just watch the
and
game.
That was part of my big thing with Dukes. Like, yeah, they had a game on sound, but it was never the game I was paying attention to, so I
Right.
didn't listen to them.
Sure.
So I'd always get my game and not have to listen to the commentary for it. I was like, all right, this is good.
It does make it hard sometimes when you have to listen to part of it on the radio, like especially here in Arizona, because the color guy is a guy named Ron Wolfley.
Yeah.
That fucking guy.
Yeah.
Kevin has the best description ever for how Ron Wolfley sounds.
Sounds like a big, dumb cartoon dog.
Voiced by Jesse Ventura.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets
Like Jesse
so
Ventura doing
excited.
and just says nonsensical shit.
Yeah.
And then
Larry Fitzgerald, the Japanese fighting fish. Larry Fitzgerald.
And the
I
one...
think I just came in my pants.
Look at those boys getting through that line.
But the
It's
one
so
word
bad.
that's constant for him, wow! Like, oh,
Wow. David Pash.
See, now at least he's making an effort.
True.
I do love my hockey, and the night that we're recording this, even though we won't post for another week yet, my Rangers got eliminated tonight by the Ottawa fucking Senators, stupid assholes. But Dave Maloney he's the color guy on the Rangers radio broadcast.
Sure.
And I shit you not, the last game I listened to on the radio, so it was game 5 that I listened to, he literally was talking, stopped in the middle of a sentence and went, and completely forgot what the fuck he was saying. So there's something to be said for people that can just spit random bullshit and keep it moving.
I feel like Ron Wolfley, all of his stuff is because he's a wrestling fan. So he takes whatever he can from, like, wrestling commentators and tries to put it on football.
No, he's just nonsense.
No, I'm saying he is, but I'm saying, like, how he projects himself.
Yeah.
He's been watching wrestling for too long.
If he was that much of a wrestling fan, everything would be made out of steel. He's here with a steel turf,
He
steel
does say
chair,
steel.
steel bleachers.
maybe.
I don't know. He fancies himself more literary.
Yes.
So
You can fancy yourself whatever the fuck you want.
He fancies himself like he's well read.
He's an educated man.
Like he's trying to do Dennis Miller shit,
Yeah.
which we already showed that doesn't work
No.
on a football brook. But I mean, but with a Jesse Ventura doing a cartoon dog.
It's ridiculous. It's almost infuriating and hilarious at once.
I know. Like I get upset, but then I'm like, well, it's funny.
Yeah.
Then he has a morning radio show that I listen to,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why do I do this to myself?
Yeah.
Well,
Damn it.
Doug
Why
calms
did I-
him down a little.
A little bit until that one time where he like tried to start a fight with Doug.
Yeah.
I was listening to that. I'm like, that was weird. I'm like messaging Liger at work. I'm like, dude, Wolfley just like called out Doug to fight him. He's like, oh, I think they were playing. I'm like, no, I do not. He was not playing whatsoever. He was ready to fight.
He got like hyped up on something.
Yeah. Then it started coming out on all kinds of different websites. I'm like, fuck him. We're not talking about some other show anyway.
Yeah.
Our show's better.
Yeah. He's just so goofy. I don't know. I mean, I grew up with Harry Carey, so you don't get much goofier than that, really.
No.
We all grew up on Harry Carey. I should say we all grew up on Will Ferrell playing Harry Carey.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
No, I listened to a lot of Harry Carey because I like baseball a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
It's on TV, Cubs games.
Yeah.
I lived in Arizona. I try to catch other baseball games.
Yeah, Cubs and the White Sox always on.
Yeah.
Yeah, more so Cubs. A little bit of the Braves as I got a little bit older. because
WGN, they would carry all that shit.
Yes, but WGN had all the Cubs games.
Yeah. They did do some White Sox.
And by the way, Hawk Harrelson, if you're listening, you can go fuck yourself. I can't stand listening to Hawk Harrelson.
Yeah, I don't know who you are, but
He gone. Every time every time a White Sox pitcher strikes out an opposing batter, he gone. Can't stand it.
We used
I
to
hated
always
the White Sox growing up.
to always substitute with hee-haw.
Hee-haw.
Instead of saying he gone, we'd always be like hee-haw, struck again.
I'm not
Boy,
claiming that
elementary school.
any team's announcer is better than the other, but fuck you, Harrelson.
okay. So we hate commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Harry Carey, he would say some weird shit sometimes.
Yeah.
And then Steve Stone would reel him in a little bit. You know, like, I don't know, the Chinaman thing. That was crazy.
Yeah, yep.
I think Artie Lang does a whole bit about that, too. Because he happened to be in Chicago listening to the game when it happened, so. But, you know, he'd be in the middle of something ridiculous. And Steve Stone would go, well, speaking of that, Harry, Ace Hardware is the place if you want to get lawn products for...
You know who else was real good at that was Phil Rizzuto when he used to call the Yankee games. Scooter was amazing at that.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
throw it in there.
whoever they had him teamed up with that day could be like, oh, yeah, I creamed in that chick's asshole. And Scooter would jump in and be like, speaking of cream... You gotta go down to Bobby's on Fifth Avenue and get the cannolis. I'll tell you. Like, he would just slide right into that. He'd be like, wait, what? Okay, I'm gonna go get a cannoli.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I remember he had
I
one
was
that...
picturing a brown-eyed cream pie, but I just want a cannoli.
Yeah, that's all I remember is like, I was like, why is he all of a sudden talking about Snickers bars?
Yeah.
What? It was the most random stuff. I was like, how? Okay.
You have to be a combination of very skillful and kind of an idiot to be able to pull that off. Like, to be able to not pick up on what the other idiot's saying and just slide right into it. It's,
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
it would just get weird. Like, he'd go from, you know, Scott's Lawn Products to, like, pick up your Scott's Lawn Products at Ace Hardware today. Kerry Wood throws his third strike, and the batter's out. You know, like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, there's
it was all
baseball
one
going on
sentence.
in this commercial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
Break from this commercial for a second.
It's a rare talent.
Yeah.
It's a very rare talent.
Fill up your tank with SO Fuel.
I just remember how, like, different things were for me, like, in the 90s of watching stuff growing up. Like, I remember baseball commentary. I remember football commentary. I don't remember any basketball commentary.
Yes!
Yeah.
Jordan!
All I remember
That's all I remember, is Marv
that-
Albert yelling, Jordan!
Yep.
Every time he touches, he's not even fucking doing anything.
He's just
All
standing
they
there.
did was just pass it. Fucking Scottie Pippen throws it over. Jordan! Like, oh my God, let him get the fucking ball, man.
See, all I had was
It was a living NBA jam.
Yeah,
It
he
was.
He's on fire!
Yeah.
I was literally just sitting there waiting for whatever Charles Barkley or Reggie Miller was going to say next. I didn't care about any other audio in games. And then if it was against the Knicks in New York, it was,
Fuck Reggie Miller.
what's Lee going to
Fuck Reggie
say
Miller.
on the sidelines there?
Yeah.
Please get upset.
Yeah.
Like, oh, still my favorite. My favorite.
I guess for NBA, well, I don't know, there was a lot of...
Well, you had Bill Walton, who was obnoxiously
Bill Walton is
terrible.
the
Oh,
worst.
his teeth would just get in the way of every word he tries to say.
God, when he was doing the finals, and the crowd chants in unison, throw it down to the big man.
Throw it down, big fella.
And you're like,
Nobody's
Throw it
nobody's
down.
chanting anything. Like,
Yeah.
you're really trying to push this thing like you're the fucking Rock trying to smell what he's cooking. Like, that is not at all. Nobody's saying throw it down to the big man. Nobody's saying that. But yeah, the 90s, Ahmad
It was
Rashad
all with
stuff on...
That's what Mandy said to her date last night, but that's a different story.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
It was-
it was NBA Inside stuff. Remember that?
Yeah, that was such a good show.
It was literally anything during the game was literally whatever the players were saying. Like I feel like that trumped everything.
Well, the big thing for the Bulls was, of course, the announcer, and I
Jordan.
can't remember his name right now, but he'd do the introductions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was...
The Bulls revolutionized the on-court introductions.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That
guy
whole
just-
That guy
era.
was
he owned
incredible.
it. I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird how Kevin brought it back to Chicago yet again.
But then again, no, I mean, but the 90s, I mean, that's all it was
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls stuff.
Yeah.
It was. You can't deny it.
Unfortunately,
You don't have to like it, but you can't deny it.
Nope.
dicks.
Reggie Miller never got his...
This is how
know.
awful my sporting life is in basketball. The Knicks this past year celebrated the 18th anniversary, not the 20th, not the 25th, the 18th anniversary of their finals appearance that they lost.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
And they only got to on a shit foul call. But they wanted Jordan back in that league. If they let Pippen win
That's
a
my
title,
Knicks.
No Jordan.
That's my basketball team.
Yeah. But they could not let Pippen win without Jordan. They couldn't do it.
No.
They had to give him that shit foul call because they would have won the finals had they gone. They would have.
Yeah, probably.
I
And
feel
Jordan
like-
would not have come back. He never would have come back.
I feel like if they would have made it past the Pacers, they probably would have had a good shot.
You know what?
But you know,
You know what happens
Things
when you
happen.
invoke the Pacers, Mandy?
none. But they stopped them.
Do you know what happens?
You don't even have a list.
You just made the list!
You have no list. I feel fine. That will forever be my favorite 30 for 30, by the way.
That-
I love it.
Reggie and the Knicks?
Yes.
Oh, man.
It's
That
not
is
the
it is a
Pacers
good
or the
one.
Knicks.
Fun one, yeah.
It's Reggie and the Knicks.
yeah.
I hate Reggie Miller too. Everybody
it.
should hate Reggie Miller.
Oh, he's
but
an
love Reggie
asshole.
Miller.
It's a
He-
it's a fun.
It's
He
a
burned
great
his house
documentary.
down for insurance money. It was like the biggest news in Indianapolis for like fucking 2 months.
Yeah.
It was
And I didn't realize his
outrageous.
sister was such a big deal either until that.
Yeah.
So.
And they look freakishly like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
It's awkward.
you're wearing a wig. Pretty sure.
Awkward.
So,
Not in an Oscar De La Hoya kind of way.
yeah, no.
No.
Cigar and lingerie.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening. Let us know who your favorite announcers were and any ElfQuest.
ElfQuest.
Quest facts.
We
Yeah.
just need to know. Elf facts. So, thanks for listening to the ElfQuest of podcasts. We're out of here.
There was a man with a gun in his hand as smoke just filled his nose, wearing a smile from the death of a child while blood splattered his clothes. One single tear from the man standing near is just what had to be done. Not just a game, but escape from the pain. He killed his only son. And now he goes from here and tell his mother. Now all he has is his memories of his sickened child, always begging please, just do it now, take care of me, I'm all you have, now set me free. Now mommy dear, set down your drink, and don't you lay your hands on me, you've never been that good to me, thank God I had my daddy. And why didn't you want to then try to save him? No baby boy with the ability to be anything that he wants to be, but by the age of his early teens, one small lump altered everything. What was this about master plans? As he lay his head onto his hands, it was said, what's done is done. Shattered family with 3 minus 1.
FireFan is the most fun sports app you will ever find. Make prop bets along with the game that you are watching right now for NFL, MLS, and now NBA. Go to abnormalentertainment.com, click on the FireFan banner to get 12 free tokens to start joining in. The app is available for Android and iTunes. You can join the Abnormal Entertainment League, any league you want, play against your friends, play against celebrities, or even play on your own. And when you click through the abnormalentertainment.com FireFan banner, you not only support Abnormal Entertainment and your favorite podcasts, but you find a great way to get in the game with FireFan. Do it now. Subscribe and download back episodes of Maskerpiece Theater at abnormalentertainment.com/Maskerpiece Theater. Search Maskerpiece Theater on Facebook. Email maskedblogster at maskedblogster@gmail.com. And don't forget to hashtag tweet your tits at maskedblogster. And for more podcasts, books, comics, blogs, and videos, head to abnormalentertainment.com.
You've been listening to the Abnormal Entertainment Network.